It's time to unclog the Nintendo pipeline. Each week we take our plungers and stick them deep into Nintendo's pipes and unclog item after item to discover what is going on in the world of Mario and friends. This week we have 6-ish pipe plug-in news bits that need to be dealt with. If you're listening to this snippet, you can listen to the whole show on youtube.com/Koppai Gaming, as well as iTunes, SoundCloud, and more by searching for Koppai Podcast on those respective services. Number 1, there was a Nintendo Direct this past week, which we will discuss our reactions and highlights in the topic of the show. But real quickly, just to let you guys know, if you're listening to this pipeline for the pipe-hitting news, Super Mario Maker for the Nintendo 3DS was announced, and it'll be released this year on December 2nd, just a few months out of, people praise Fallout 4 for being announced and released within like 7 months. Yeah, check this out. By the way, we made Super Mario Maker for the 3DS. It comes out in a few months. Boom. They should have showed that at E3. Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World is also coming to the 3DS in 2017, as well as a new side-scrolling Pikmin game. Other games were shown, such as Hyrule Warriors Legend, which will receive its final DLC pack featuring Toon Link and Zelda. Ever Oasis was shown again, as we would expect. Ace Attorney, Mario Party, Dragon Quest VII. They're all coming out soon. Picross 3D Round 2 was also shown, which is pretty cute and fun. And other information in the Direct includes Skyward Sword on the Wii U eShop, a new Street Pass game, and in the Japanese Direct there's a new game that was announced called Miitopia, but nothing else has been shown for the game. We'll be talking all about that soon in Topic of the Show, which you can listen to later in the episode if you're listening to this podcast, or head over to youtube.com and find the snippet called Topic of the Show. Number 2. Metroid Prime has sold only 4,286 copies in its first week in Japan. Basically, the thing totally bombed. Metroid Prime Federation Force.
Yeah.
No, not surprising. Game did not look good. I heard it was pretty fun from people that did play it. But definitely not what people were looking for out of the Metroid franchise.
Rated the same, basically, as No Man's Sky from IGN. Which is pretty crazy to think, like, what?
I honestly think I'll pick it up sooner or later, because I do hear the gameplay is pretty fun, but it's not high on my priority list.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, no.
Yeah, no. Number 3, news has come that developer Renegade Kid was shut down, which may seem like sad news, but pretty much immediately following this news, it was announced that one of the Renegade Kids successor studios, Atui, will be releasing Chicken Wiggle, a 2D platformer with a level creator for the Nintendo 3DS. It looks like a throwback to SNES or Game Boy Advance era games, and it looks super adorable, so it seems as though Renegade Kid hasn't died but has simply been reborn, which is actually true with 2 respective studios. Renegade Kid developed Mutant Mudds and Xeodrifter, which was recently requesting to work on a port of Sonic Mania to the Nintendo 3DS. Atui will retain the rights to both of those franchises, as well as Bomb Monkey, Treasure Knots, and Totes the Goat, under the leadership of Jules Watchim. And so that's one studio that's come from Renegade Kid. In addition to Atui Studios is Infitismo, kind of like Infinity, but like Gizmo or something. A multimedia company founded by Greg Hargrove in 2016. Infitismo blends interactive gaming, music, and web-based storytelling to create a fun and multifaceted entertainment experience. And Infitismo properties will include Dementium series, Moon Chronicles, and the ATV Wild Ride and Renegades games. And so basically Renegade Kid is split into 2 different companies, and from the co-founders of Renegade Kid. And so it seems as though Atui with Jules Watchim will be basically what you knew and loved from Renegade Kid if you liked Xeodrifter, Mutant Mudds, etc., like those kind of pixel art based games. You'll find most of those probably over there. So not bad news at all. Probably just a desire to go different directions as independent developers. Jules Watchim seems like a really fun guy. I've listened to him on a few podcasts and interviews.
Did you look at that Chicken Wiggle game at all?
I didn't, no. Real quick, let me just pull it up.
Looks pretty cute and adorable. It is like very simple gameplay, platforming kind of thing, and it's like just a basic mechanic, but it seems they could really. I was seeing a lot of
Is it
comparisons.
like Tiny Bird's looking guy or something?
Well, people were commenting and saying Flappy Bird in the
Oh yeah.
comments and giving comparisons to that, but really it does seem a little more advanced than a Flappy Bird or just like a simple tap game, because
Looks adorable.
there is a mechanic of, you know, moving a direction and pressing the Y button to stick out your tongue, and you kind of have to use that along with sort of platforming elements to beat these little puzzles, and it looks really cute, but it also looks like kind of a throwback and just
Looks like
fun, you know?
what is it? Like it's like a Banjo Kazooie side-scrolling game. Like that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Somebody made a comparison to Earthworm Jim too, because he has this sort of like attachable thing that comes out and can latch onto things. So basically that's the game mechanic of this, is he has like a tongue or something that can attach to like apples or fruit or something, and swing around these little things by sticking out his tongue. So kind of a Yoshi sort of element too, you know?
Yeah, catchy.
Yeah.
Well done. So yeah, go check that out. Support the new developer. A Zeo Drifter was one of my favorite games of all time. I got 100% on that
awesome
game.
game.
And yeah, and I haven't played much of Mutant Mudds, but I hear it's just fantastic. And it just came out with the Super Duper Edition on the 3DS. Number 4, another story has come out reconfirming that Nintendo NX will be using cartridges, as well as stating that the industry analysts believe the NX will be revealed before the start of the Tokyo Game Show, which begins September 15th. So next week, the same time of Groucho's birthday in Animal Crossing.
That's when it's gonna happen.
Groucho's birthday?
When was that birthday?
September 15th.
Oh crap. So never mind. It's gonna be before his birthday.
Yeah, no. But yeah, so that means that could be, maybe not next Koppai, but within the next couple Koppais, we'll have the NX. Oh! Which is a fitting episode. Like, now we have the death of the Wii U and the rise of the 3DS. Next week we'll have the rise of the NX.
I kind of felt that way with this Direct that they put out. That's like, I mean, we all kind of knew September's the month. We're going to be hearing about it really soon. But I guess I was thinking with the Direct they might do it at the end of the month. But then I didn't realize, I guess the Tokyo Game Show is like the 15th. If they're going to do it then, they'd have to do it sort of the middle of the month.
Yeah.
Now, what if they just did it like tomorrow?
No, they'll do a thing
They
where
they gotta prep.
they'll give like 2 days notice at least, where it's like, hey, in a couple days we're gonna have an event or a press conference or something. Like, just because they want to make sure the news coverage does cover it.
Bill, if you're listening to this, you gotta get us, like, cause are they gonna do a sort of, you know, come to this place, we're throwing a little NX party. Bill. Put us on that list. We need plane tickets. We need at this show. We need to break the NX on Koppai Podcast. That's what I'm going to say. We will have the NX first, the exclusive scoop on the Nintendo NX right here.
Wait, who are these guys? Why did they get it?
Interview with Bill. Breaking everything.
I can't wait for the day we finally get to talk to Bill. It's going to be so good. I've been thinking about, because I use TweetDeck to schedule our tweets for Koppai, and I'm thinking about just scheduling a tweet every single day for like the next year. Just like, hey Bill, hey Bill. But I'm worried he'll block us then, and I don't want him to block us like a certain video game journalist. Koppai completely on lockdown. Number 5, Emily Rogers says that Nintendo plans to support the 3DS through 2018.
Yeah.
That's a long time of support. That would make sense considering that they still have projects coming out in 2017. Honestly, though, they don't have too many projects coming out too far into 2017. Seems like it's only spring so far. So I don't know. I'm curious, and we're going to talk about it in the topic of the show. Okay. But I'm thinking more than ever, based on all these quotes and rumors, that the 3D or the NX has got to be compatible with the 3DS. We'll see, though.
But then they could still support it up to 2018, and that final 2018 game could just be Just Dance 2018 on the 3DS or something like that.
You just
like kind of how the Wii
3DS shut and start dancing.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking too, like Pokemon Sun and Moon is coming out, and those games, they have a life cycle that's at least a year. And people will be, you know, they're putting out new editions of the 3DS. They have the 2DS coming out with new colors. It seems like they're they're still pushing it for a bit. The new 3DS came out not too terribly long ago. They haven't really utilized it a ton, but also it's pretty semi-fresh, like about a year old maybe.
Yeah.
So I could see, like, especially if they're going to do a third part of the Pokemon Sun and Moon, if they do anything, I mean, maybe they won't. They didn't do one for X and Y. They did a sequel for Black and White, so that was just completely different, you know. But they also could potentially do some sort of remake again or something. But if they, I mean, this would cut off. If you say that they're not going to go into 2018 for the 3DS, then most likely that's the Sun and Moon are the final Pokemon games, and there's not room for like one more generation or something like that, or just a final sort of cap off of a third. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
I think that that some of these games, especially like Woolly Worlds coming out in spring, even though it comes out in spring, the game still, I feel like, has a year-long sort of period of being in production, being put out, semi-promoted, people still picking it up throughout the year, that sort of thing, where through 2017 and into 2018 seems like a pretty logical, you know, realistic goal for the 3DS. And especially if they make the NX compatible with 3DS, which would be so awesome, then it makes it a perfect sort of transition for moving over to just exclusively that. As everybody just buys the NX and then they can just play their 3DS games and then just kind of only play it's kind of how like they did with the Game Boy Advance and the original Nintendo DS models and up till I think the DSi when they got rid of that. So, you know, I think they could do that, and that would be a really smart move. They've already done it in the past, so they know how it works. Obviously have some data on that, so I think that would be perfect.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Number 6. There's another rumor about the Nintendo NX that it could also be region-free, feature a split D-pad, and most interestingly, have a share button like the PlayStation 4 and like the PlayStation 4. Xbox also has a slightly similar feature where you double tap the Xbox button and can record gameplay to share. Although it's not as simple as these methods, PlayStation 4 is also refining that experience with an upcoming update, which will make it so you don't even have to go to another screen to share. It just shares right on the screen.
That's nice. I hate that.
So yeah, you can already share with Miiverse, but it kind of sucks. So.
And I bet that Nintendo's new feature, I would suspect it's probably not going to be as nice. I bet PlayStation 4 putting out this new update, if they do that, it's going to be just like that one up on them. Because I could see, I don't know, I see where you do this on the NX or whatever and it takes you to a different screen. I'd be kind of surprised if it pops up as an overlay and it's like that, advanced.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. But I guess, now PlayStation has another one up on them on the share screen. Most likely. That's what I'm speculating. But
yeah, I don't know. Share button is important. I'm wanting to hear some rumors on any sort of trophy.
They already kind of do have that, like, they have it on the 3DS, right? I don't know if they have it on the Wii U, but, like, I've been able to press, like, the home button and go up.
Yeah, with Miiverse, I said that.
Okay, yeah, I know, you did say that, but, I mean, that's kind of all.
Or you could just take a picture of your screen with your phone.
Yeah.
That's what
haven't some people done that, and then people are like, what are you doing? And then people do that also with, like, their computer screen and stuff. Like, you can just print screen, or something like that.
Shift print screen or FN print screen, depending on where print screen's located. But yeah. Also, I was wondering, it's interesting with the latest Nintendo Direct, they do have medals in both Pokemon Black and White, and now they're bringing medals to Super Mario Maker 3DS, like MEDAL, like medals. And it makes me think, imagine if you had like bronze, silver, and gold medals for, like, that's Nintendo's trophy system,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Makes me think, because they use medals a lot. Like, I think medals they've also used in some other games. Mm-hmm. And this makes me think, like, I think maybe NES Remix or something, they use something like that. And this makes me think, like, what are they doing with medals? Like, the thing is, though, with these in-game Nintendo achievements, like, people say that to me all the time, like, that you can basically platinum or 100% a Nintendo game just by getting all the in-game achievements. But I want that shared on an online gamer profile. Like, that needs to be associated with my me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you already have the me, you have your Miiverse. On your
Right.
Miiverse page, it needs to show what games I mean, even if it's just connected in that way, like if it's your Miiverse and it says how many games you've gotten medals in, or, you know what I'm saying?
In a digital age, I say that in an age of leaderboards being like super prevalent and, you know, just being on friends lists, social media, you want to have like that shared competition, not even just alone with like on a global basis, but just with your friends, like
And I don't know
competing
how.
between like Tetris high scores. It's like
Yeah.
what are our trophies or what are our medals? What games have we completed? I want to go see what games you've played and beat,
Mm-hmm.
all that sort of thing. It's like it's a great way to find new games. It's a great way to like be inspired on what to play when you see your friend and what he's playing, and you
Or even
know.
like you want to get to know someone, like you're talking to them like in a gamer sort of context, and it's like, what games do you like? Oh, I platinum these games. Oh, wow, you really like then the Lego games. Like, you platinumed all Lego games? Wow, you like those, you know, like,
Well, it's
and
such a simple system too. Like once somebody knows like what trophies are and how you just click a button and check the trophies for the game, and it's like, oh, this is what I gotta do to do that. It's like so much, I think, simpler because it's a universal method for every single game that you play, that you just click a button, check what trophy it is, instead of like Smash, for instance, where you have to go to a menu and
yeah.
and unlock, and then it has to go one by one and all your achievements, and some people will just forget about it or put it to the side or
Yeah.
be
Or
like,
even
you
you
know.
have like with Mario, like with Super Mario 3D Land or 3D World, for example, like my little save file has like 5 stars next to it because I got a star for, you know, getting to the top of a flagpole. I got a star for getting all the stickers. I got a star for getting all of the stars, you know, like, it's like, I mean, I don't even know what that means anymore. Like, I have 5 stars on my save file. Like, are there 6? I mean, do I have 100%? I don't even
Yeah.
know. Like, just, I want consistency, and if they go like with every game has medals, that'd be nice. So
Mhm.
I want that to be the next NX rumor. That's my biggest thing right now. Share button's cool, but yeah. That concludes the Nintendo pipeline. So we can now give a satisfying flush and watch it all swoosh and swish into oblivion. If you enjoyed our discussion on the latest Nintendo news, be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and review us on iTunes. Even if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and leave one of your podcast services a review. Next week we'll discuss more Nintendo news, hopefully some NX news coming up soon.